Welcome to Fresh Talk News Channel. Today, we're diving into a dramatic and consequential update in global politics. The fallout from a heated Oval Office confrontation has left US-Ukraine relations in turmoil, and efforts are now underway to repair the damage. Let's break it down. Last week, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky found himself in a tense and unexpected clash during his visit to Washington. The situation escalated, largely due to provocations from US Vice President J.D. Vance, leaving Zelensky without the support he sought and straining ties between the two nations. This outcome has delighted some MAGA loyalists, like former strategist Steve Bannon, who called it the perfect outcome. However, Ukrainians are deeply upset, feeling that the US has failed to recognize their suffering at the hands of Russia's aggression, including documented war crimes. Zelensky had been advised by his American allies and his chief of staff, Andriy Yermak, to tread carefully around President Donald Trump, known for his prickly demeanor. The strategy was clear: avoid confrontation, stay constructive, and let Russian President Vladimir Putin be the one to frustrate Trump. But things took a sharp turn during the meeting, and the carefully laid plans fell apart. The question now is, can the damage be undone? Here in Kiev, much of the blame is being placed on Vance, a longtime critic of US involvement in Ukraine. Critics accuse him of deliberately provoking Zelensky, possibly to sabotage a deal that would grant the US greater access to Ukraine's mineral resources. A Republican foreign policy expert, speaking anonymously, echoed this view, suggesting Vance aimed to weaken the pro-Ukraine lobby within the administration. Zelensky just took the bait, the expert said. However, the expert also pointed out that Zelensky made a critical mistake by not focusing solely on the minerals deal. It's not about the minerals, it's about giving Trump a political win, the expert noted. White House officials have denied any scheme to derail the deal, insisting that both Trump and Vance were frustrated by Zelensky's questioning of negotiations with Putin. Secretary of State Marco Rubio emphasized this point in a recent interview. In the aftermath, efforts are being made to salvage the relationship. European leaders are pushing for a phone call between Zelensky and Trump, during which the Ukrainian president would express regret, but stop short of an apology. Analysts like Jonathan Ayal of Chatham House had hoped Zelensky's visit would go more smoothly, especially after successful trips by other European leaders like France's Emmanuel Macron and Britain's Keir Starmer. But tensions were already high before Zelensky even arrived in Washington, fueled by earlier disagreements and Trump's public complaints. Before meeting with Trump and Vance, Zelensky had made it clear he would push for security guarantees for a post-war Ukraine. However, he was cautioned by Republican Senator Lindsey Graham to avoid focusing on disagreements and instead give Trump a win. Yermak also urged Zelensky to stay focused on the minerals deal, but the Ukrainian leader, provoked by Vance, strayed off script. The result: Ukrainian opposition lawmaker Alexei Goncharenko summed it up in one word: catastrophe. Russian opposition leader Mikhail Khodorkovsky, no stranger to dealing with strongmen, expressed dismay at the situation. He advised that Zelensky have focused on Trump's priorities rather than his own frustrations. If you want a counterpart to engage, forget about your own troubles and focus on theirs, Khodorkovsky said. Show them that you're the solution to their problems. Despite the diplomatic missteps, Zelensky has garnered broad support at home for standing his ground. Even critics of his leadership have rallied around him, praising his advocacy for Ukraine's sovereignty and his refusal to accept a ceasefire that would leave the country vulnerable to further Russian aggression. Opposition lawmaker Lysia Vasilenko called the Oval Office clash bullying, while Mykola Nyazitsky expressed hope that emotions would subside, allowing dialogue to resume on a constructive path. The big question now is whether the damage can be repaired. Some in Ukraine are cautiously optimistic, noting that Trump's reaction after the meeting was relatively calm. However, Without the minerals agreement, the chances of securing additional US aid for Ukraine appear slim. As one Republican expert put it, without the minerals deal, there's a probability of zero. Thanks for watching Fresh Talk News channel. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like and subscribe for the latest news.